discuss this, the situation where reconstitution is required and what is meaning of reconstitution. And after that, the next topic is calculation of gaining and sacrificing ratio. You can see the formula written here. You can see the screen that I'm sharing.
Yes, sir. I can see.
Okay. So sacrifice equals to old ratio minus new ratio. Or if you use the formula for gain, then gain equals to new ratio minus old ratio. It means the gain is just opposite of sacrifice. Okay. In sacrifice, we deduct new ratio from old ratio, and in calculation of gain, we deduct old ratio from new ratio. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you can use any formula from these two. You can either use sacrifice or you can use gain. So these can be used as substitute. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. The next is you can see there is a note written here. Can you read?
Yes, sir. If there is negative sacrifice, it is called gain, and if there is negative gain, it is called sacrifice.
Yes. It means if we are using formula of sacrifice and the result is negative, then it is called gain. Okay, it is gain for us.
Yes.
And if we are using formula of gain and the result is negative, then it is sacrifice.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now different cases for sacrificing gaining ratio, because in change in profit sharing ratio, either it will be given of their old profit sharing ratio and their new profit sharing ratio will be given in portion.
So can you repeat?
Just 1 minute. I think some notification is. Okay, so I'm saying that there can be different type of situation given in portion. The one is where old ratio and new ratio of all the partners will be given in portion. Okay, so if old ratio is given and new ratio is given, then what we have to do here?
We have to use the sacrifice formula.
We have to use
sacrifice formula.
Yes, we have to use sacrifice formula, or you can use gain formula if there is you think that is gain. So you can use any of these two anywhere you think it is fit. So if there is old ratio and there is new ratio given in the quotient, then you have to calculate only sacrifice or gain of partners, all the partners. But if old ratio is given and then maybe some sacrifice of partner or some gain of partner is given, then we have to calculate new ratio. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So in some of the situation, you need to calculate new ratio, and in some of the situation, you need to calculate gain or sacrifice.
Okay, sir.
This actually Bluetooth, that thing, they don't work properly all the time. Okay, so it is now connected. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you can see here it is first case when old ratio and new ratio of all partners are given. The solution is given. In this case, we need to calculate only gain or sacrifice of partners. Sacrifice equals to old ratio minus new ratio. So this is very simple. And the second case, when old ratio of partners, their acquired share or sacrifice are given in quotient, then what we have to do? You can read the bracket part it is given that either in the form of from his share or of his share. Okay. Do you know the difference between these two?
From his share means from the part of his share.
From his share means from the part of his share. Okay. And of his share means?
Means I'm having the answers, but I'm not getting the words described.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. So which mathematical sign we use for of?
I think subtraction
Subtraction.
or
Of
multiplication.
means multiply.
Yeah.
So if from his share is given, okay, it means he is getting of total share. Okay. And
Okay,
if
sir.
of his share is given, then it means of his share. So let's say A and B partners, their profit sharing ratio is 3:2. If we talk about total share, it is always 1 or 100. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Generally, whenever we assume in total, then either we take it as 100% or we take it as 1.
Yes.
Okay. So if the question is saying that new partner C, or let's say not C, there is no new partner actually here, because it is a chapter of change in profit sharing ratio. So only profit sharing ratio is changing here. So A, B, and C, there is 3 partners, their profit sharing ratio is 3:1. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now it is said that okay. So it is said that C is getting 1/3 from A, or it can be given C is getting 1/3 of A share. Okay. These two cases can be given, these two types of cases. Okay. So if from his share is given, it means of total share. Yes.
Yes.
So if you calculate of total share, then it will be 1 multiplied by 1/3. So it will be always 1/3. So generally, whatever given as from case, okay, then the result will be same, because you will multiply it with 1. Okay. So the result will be same as the given sacrifice or gain.
In the case of
Okay.
from his share
From
of
his
total
share.
share.
Yes. Okay. So if
Okay,
from
sir.
A is given, then it is of total share, means 1/3 of 1.
Sir, can you explain this once more?
Yes. This 1 is total share. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And he is getting 1/3 of 1. So
He is
if you
getting 1/3 of
calculate
1.
this, yes, 1/3 of 1.
Okay.
Total share is always 1.
Yes.
Yes. So
Yes.
that's why he is getting total. He is getting 1/3 of total share, means 1/3 of 1.
Yes. Okay.
So the result will be same, because if you
Yes.
multiply anything with 1, you will get the same result.
Yes.
So the answer is 1/3. So it
Yes.
is sacrifice. I'm telling you to calculate sacrifice. This is method to calculate sacrifice. Okay. And if of his share is given, then you have to multiply this 1/3 with that partner share of profit. So A share is 3/6. Yes or no?
Yes.
So he is getting 1/3 of A share, that is 3/6.
Okay. Sir.
Okay. So from his share, what you have to do, you don't have to do this calculation. Okay. You don't have to do this. I just written this to explain the situation. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
Okay. So what we have to do to calculate sacrifice or gain, we will, if from his share is given, then add acquired share in gaining partner share, in gaining partner old share. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
And the second is deduct or subtract sacrifice from sacrificing partner. Is this clear?
Yes. So, sir,
Okay.
1/3 came from where?
1/3 is I have given you as an example.
Okay. It will be
Okay.
mentioned in the question then.
Yes. So I have written it 1/3 from A, 1/3 of A share. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
So if from his share is given and their old profit sharing ratio was, we will write like this: A, B, C. A share was 3/6, B share was 2/6, and C share was 1/6. Now, add acquired share in gaining partner old share. Who is gaining partner here?
Gaining partner C.
C is getting 1/3 from A. So A is sacrificing and C is gaining.
Yes.
So C is gaining 1/3
Yes.
from A. So plus 1/3. And here it will be minus 1/3. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
So it will be 6, 3 minus 2, 1/6 A share, and it will be 6, 1 plus 2, 3/6 C share, and B no change, so 2/6. Now the ratio is 1:2:3. So this is where from his share is given in the question.
Okay. Sir.
Okay, so these two things we have to do: add into gaining partner share and deduct from sacrificing partner share. Now the second part, where of his share is given. So in of his share, you need to calculate sacrifice also. Here we are calculating only new ratio. You can see here we are calculating only
New ratio.
new ratio. Can you tell me why we are calculating new ratio and not sacrificing any?
Because there was no sacrifice here.
Because it is given in the quotient. 1/3 is sacrifice.
Okay.
Okay, when from his share is given in the quotient, then the fraction given in quotient is called sacrifice. It is sacrifice.
Okay. Sir.
Okay, but in of his share, you need to calculate sacrifice first. So sacrifice of A, it is 3/6 his share into 1/3 of his share. So it is 1/6. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now it is sacrificed, and then we will repeat the same situation, which is done here. So what we have to do? A old share was 3/6, B old share was 2/6, and C old share was 4/6. Now what we have to do?
We have to subtract 1/6 from 3/6 and add it in 1/6.
We
C's
have to
share.
deduct it from A share and we have to add it to C share.
share.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good. So it will be 2/6. It is same 2/6, and it is also 2/6. So the ratio will be 2:2:2, or you can say equal. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is two cases of gaining, sacrificing, or new ratio. You can see the theory here. First, add acquired share to respective partner old share. I told you that gaining part, we have to add the acquired share in gaining partner share and deduct sacrifice from respective partner old share. Partner who is sacrificing, we will deduct this sacrifice from his old share, convert the result into ratio. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this from his share part and of his share part, you have to do yourself. You have to see this in the question that on which method we have to use, from his share or of his share. It will be given in the.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So this is our first.
In office share, if we have to find the sacrifice, like you have done 3/6 into 1/3, you have to find the
Yes.
sacrifice in that way.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Just a minute, I'm sharing a portion with you. Okay. So here it is. You can see the question number 1.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you read it?
Ananat, Gulab, and Khushbu were partners in a firm, sharing profits in the ratio of 5:3:2. From 1/4/2014, they decided to share the profits equally. For this
That's
purpose,
it. Okay. That's it. The next part is not required here. So we have to do only the first part of the question. Okay. So their old profit sharing ratio was 5:3:2, and they decided to share the profits equally. Okay.
okay, sir.
So it means what is given in the question? Can you tell me? What are the information related to ratio is given in the quotient?
We have got the ratio.
Okay.
So the profits are equal. So I think it will be in 111.
Yes. Yes.
This much only I have
So
got.
in this quotient, what we have to do? You don't understand?
No, sir.
Okay. So old ratio is given in the quotient. Yes.
Yes.
And also the new ratio.
Yes.
So what can be calculated here?
We have to calculate the new ratio, I
See here.
think.
Read this.
Mm. Okay, we have to calculate gain or sacrifice.
When old ratio and new ratio of all partners are given. Okay. So old ratio is also given, new ratio is also given. Okay.
Yes.
Both are given here. So we have to calculate only gain or sacrifice. That's why I told you to read the first case and second case. Because there is two types of information related to ratio will be given in the quotient. First, where old ratio and new ratio is given. So you have to calculate sacrifice or gain. And when old ratio and sacrifice gain is given, then you have to calculate new ratio.
So can you repeat this once more?
Okay. So there is two cases. First, when old ratio of all the partners and new ratio of all the partners are given. So old
Yes.
ratio and new ratio is already known. So we don't have to calculate old ratio, new ratio. We have to calculate only the change between these two. Yes, that is
Gain or
sacrifice or gain.
sacrifice. Okay.
Yes. So when old ratio and new ratio both are given, then we have to calculate only gain or sacrifice. It is clear?
Yes.
Okay. The second case, when old ratio and gain or sacrifice is given.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So in this case, old ratio is, we have old ratio, we have gain or sacrifice. So we have to calculate only
Gain
new
or
ratio.
sacrifice.
No, gain or sacrifice is given.
In this question which I read.
Yes, in this question, yes, old and new is given. So gain or sacrifice we have to calculate. I'm talking
Yes.
about case 2.
Okay. Okay. Case 2.
Where old ratio and sacrifice or gain is given in the question.
Okay.
So old ratio is also given, sacrifice or gain or is also given. So why we will calculate sacrifice or gain?
We'll find new ratio.
Yes, we will find new ratio.
Yes, got it.
So in this question, old ratio is given, and also they decided to share the profits equally. So it means new ratio is also given.
Yes.
Let's calculate. Actually, this is very simple solution question. But to understand, first we have to do simple calculation. Okay, so you can see calculation of sacrifice or gain. So A, B, and C. Actually, name was different, but I'm writing A, B, and C. Their old ratio was 5/10, 3/10, and 2/10.
Yes.
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 And the new ratio is
1.
1.
1/10.
1/3. The new ratio is 1:1:1.
Yes.
So
1/3.
why we will do 1/10?
Yeah, 3 are this 1/3.
So 30, 15 minus 10. 5 by 30, 30. This is minus 1 by 30. And 30, 6 minus 10. This is minus 4 by 30. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is sacrifice, because it is we have used the formula of sacrifice, means old minus new. Yes.
Yes.
And we get the positive result, that means it is sacrifice. But we have used here the formula of sacrifice, but the answer is negative, so these two are gain.
Yes.
So A is sacrificing and B and C is gaining
Gain.
party. So you have to see this, that all the time, okay, always the sacrifice will always be equal to gain, means total sacrifice is equal to total gain.
So here A is equals to B and C.
B plus C, yes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so if it is gain, so we don't have to write it in negative, it will be 1 by 30 gain and 4 by 30 gain. We don't have to write it in negative. Actually, I got the negative to show you that it is gain.
So we should not write the negative sign.
Yes, no.
Okay, sir.
Okay, or if you are writing, then at the time of calculation, the other calculation, you don't use this minus sign. You
Okay,
can
sir.
write it here. You can write it here in this calculation. But after this, if let's say you need to calculate, adjust goodwill, you need to adjust reserve accumulated profit or loss, or revaluation profit or loss. In that case, you don't have to use the minus sign.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So you can see, if you total these two, 1 by 30 and 4 by 30, you will get 5 by 30. Yes.
Yes.
So this is 5 by 30. So this
Yes.
is equal to total of these two. Now, the first question is done here. Generally, these type of question is given. Okay, means old ratio and new ratio is given. So acquired or gain or sacrifice, we don't find generally. So that's why this is the only portion I have. Let me see, just 1 minute. So you can see the question.
Yes, sir, I can see.
So this again, AB are sharing profits and losses equally. So their old ratio is given, and they decided to share the profits in the ratio of 4:3. So new ratio is also given. So again, we have to calculate only gain or sacrifice. In all of these questions, you can see old ratio and new ratio is given. Okay, sometimes it will be given like this, that the sacrifice of any partner or gain of any partner is given in the book. Okay, in that case, you will follow step case number 2. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is our first adjustment in change in profit sharing ratio. Now we will talk about second adjustment. Second adjustment is accounting treatment of goodwill. You can see here. And we have already discussed about this also.
Yes, sir.
So there is 2 types of goodwill given in the question. 2 types. First, it is existing goodwill. Existing goodwill. And second is valued goodwill. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you have to remove the existing goodwill if it is given in the question. Remove or write off in old ratio. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So if it is given in the books, we have to remove it. And for removing this from our book, actually some of suffering from cold actually. So that's why, sorry for that. Okay. So existing goodwill. So we have to remove, write off the existing goodwill in old ratio. And if it is given in the question, existing goodwill will not be always given. So you have to see if it is given in balance sheet or it is written like that. There is some existing goodwill or goodwill appearing in the books. So these kind of line, if it is given, then we will remove or write off in old ratio. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Next is valued goodwill. Valued goodwill means the goodwill is self-generated and it is valued by us.
Yes.
So it is valued goodwill and it works as compensation. It works as
Compensation.
compensation. And now compensation will be payable by which part? Okay, to whom?
Compensation will be paid to the partner who is sacrificing.
Yes, compensation will be paid to sacrificing partner. And
Yes.
if we are writing sacrificing, then it should be paid in sacrificing ratio also. Yes.
Yes.
So sacrifice and paid by gaining partner. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And the partner who is neither the gaining nor the sacrificing, then there will be no compensation paid by or paid to that partner.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so in this example, the previous example, B is no, not this one. Yes, this one. B is not doing anything, is not gaining or not sacrificing. So you can see his ratio is same. 2/6 is old ratio and 2/6 is new ratio.
So, sir, here A is sacrificing and C is gaining. So, if A and
Yes,
B both are sacrificing, then C has to give compensation to both of them.
yes. Like in this question here, the first one that we have made from our book. So it is, you can say A is sacrificing partner. So A will receive the money. Okay.
Yes, from both of
And
them.
yes, from both of them in this ratio 1/30 and 4/30. Okay.
Okay.
So now in the same portion that we have prepared here, it is given here that for this purpose, goodwill of the firm was valued at 2,40,000. So it is valued goodwill. You can see here, it is written here, goodwill is valued at 2,40,000. Yes.
Yes.
So this 2,40,000 is goodwill of firm. Now we have to calculate the share of A from this. So 2,40,000. Oh, let me write it here. For A, it will be 2,40,000 into 5/30. Okay.
Okay, sir.
For B, it is 2,40,000 into 1/30 because it is negative and gain. And for C, it is 2,40,000 into 4/30.
Yes.
So it is 32,000, it is 8,000, and it is 40,000. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So A will get this 40,000 from B and C.
Okay, sir.
So what will be the journal entry? So journal entry is gaining partners capital, that is B capital, account debit, C capital, account debit to A capital account. Okay.
Okay, sir.
It will be 8,000, 32,000, and 40,000. Now, why their capital account is debited and A capital account is credited here? Can you tell me?
Because B and C are giving to A.
B and C are giving to A, and uh, if they are giving not in cash, they are giving it in form of capital. So their capital will reduce.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So on which side capital reduce? Capital decrease.
Uh, Capital decreases at debit side.
Yes, on the debit side, and capital increases on the credit side. So that's why
Yes.
A capital will increase and B and C capital will decrease.
Sir, the definition of a debit is means giving to the person and credit is taking from the person.
Not this is not like that. It is not always like that. Sometimes it is, but it is not always like that.
Okay, sir.
Because in personal account, what is the rule of personal account?
Uh,
You don't remember?
yes, I'm not able to recall actually.
Actually, this should be always remembered. Okay,
Yes, sir.
no problem. But please remember this because This is the most important rule of accounting, you can say, not journal. Most important rule of accounting. You will always need this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so first thing is in personal account, it is debit the receiver, credit the giver.
Yes, sir. Now I remember.
So receiver name is on the debit side and giver name is on the
Credit side.
credit side.
Yes.
So this is our receiver and giver, but as per personal account, you will think that this is incorrect. There's journal
Yes.
entry that we have done. Because B and C is giving, yes,
Yes.
and A is receiving. So as per that personal account rule, it will be A capital account debit to B and C, yes.
Yes.
But if we go for logical conclusion for personal account, then this journal entry is correct, because let's say whenever we take something from someone on credit basis, okay,
Okay.
so we write the name of that person,
Yes.
yes, and B and C is not giving his money to A right now, yes or
Yes.
no?
That. Yes.
Yes. So B and C is not actually the giver.
Yes.
A is giving credit to B and C. Okay. That's why A is credited here. A is giver.
Okay, sir.
You understood or
Yes.
confused?
I understood. 80%.
Okay. Yes. So B and C is taking this money. Actually, they are not paying this money in cash. That's why they are not giver.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the concept. Now, uh, there is the other question also here. Can you solve? No, it will take more time. Okay, this one. Let me solve this also for you. X, Y, and Z are partners sharing profit and losses in the ratio 5:3:2, and they decided to share the future profits and losses equally with effect from 1st April 2016. On that date, the goodwill appeared in the books at rupees 12,000, but it was revalued at 30,000. Now you can see in this question, there is two types of goodwill given. Yes.
Yes.
The first one is
12,000.
existing goodwill,
Yes.
and the second is valued goodwill, 30,000.
Yes.
Okay. So I told you about existing goodwill. What we have to do?
We have to remove it.
Yes, we have to remove or write off the existing goodwill. So
Yes.
there will be some working note, write off existing goodwill. Okay. So write off existing goodwill. For this, there is how many partners are there?
3.
Yeah. 3, X, Y, and Z, and their old profit sharing ratio is 5:3:2. So existing goodwill is written off in old ratio. So 12,000 into 5/10, 12,000 into 3/10, and 12,000 into 2/10. So it is 6,000 here. It is 3,600 here, and it is 2,400. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So for this, we have to pass a journal entry and for valued goodwill also. Now, for valued goodwill, we need gaining sacrifice ingredient. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So again, if we talk about gaining sacrificing, we will get the same result as here because their old ratio is 5:3:2 and their new ratio is equally.
So X is sacrificing.
Yes, so it is same. X will sacrifice and Y and Z will gain. So
Yes.
should I calculate it here?
No, sir. It's okay.
Oh, so X 5/30, Y -1/30, and Z -4/30. Yes.
Yes.
Now, working note number 3, distribution of goodwill or adjustment of goodwill, you can write. So first of all, valued goodwill is 30,000. So it is 30,000 into 5/30. For Y, it is 30,000 into 1/30. And for Z, it is 30,000 into 4/30. So X will get 5,000, Y will pay 1,000, and Z will pay 4,000. Is this clear?
Yes.
Is there any other information we have? No. So, journal entry. The first journal entry will be for write off goodwill. First, write off. So we have to write a X capital account debit, Y capital account debit, and Z capital account debit. 2.
So we have to write off 12,000, right?
Yes. So we have to write all the amount we have calculated in first. This 6,000, 3,600, and 2,400. It is 12,000. The second entry is for valued goodwill. So it will be B capital account debit, C capital account debit. Sorry, it is Y and Z. Okay.
Yes.
2 X capital. So X will get 5,000 from 1,000 from Y and 4,000 from Z. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is our solution for the question number 6. You want to copy this?
So, sir, after removing the adjust goodwill,